basement poured, or the abutment anyhow, and it didn't meet code and it had to be redone, demolished and start all over.
Expensive mistakes.
Yeah.
You know, to be honest, it's not, this is the first time I've encountered the drain issue, but I've encountered situations before where basements had to be dug up where they didn't, where the cement was poured and it didn't drain to the drain. You know, so, you know, they had to be dug up and relayed so that it all drained to the drain hole.
Hopefully before they got everything else
Right,
together.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
Make a motion by Gordy.
Yeah, we had a motion and a second.
Not a second.
No,
Oh, wait, Gordy,
I'll second it.
Rogers the second. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Number 8, consider approved temporary Class B beer license for Pulaski Softball Organization, Veterans Memorial Park West Concessions Softball Tournament, July 19th through the 22nd, 2018.
So moved.
Doug?
I'll second.
Bruce? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. To consider improved operator bartender license applications ending in 6/30 of 2020. Karen?
I have 15 of them. I have Sarah R. Christensen, she's with Trailside Convenience Store. I have Maggie M. Ostrenga, that would be with Trailside Convenience Mart. Tracy A. Shemansky, Trailside Convenience Mart. Alexis S. Pulvit, Trailside. Patricia L. Petrell, Trailside. Laura A. Sprada, Pulaski Trailside. Charity A. Hultquist, Trailside. Michael A. Stone, he would be for Pulaski Polka Days. And this would be Mark T. Burkle. This would be the concession stand, Doug McDermott Field. And I have Nick McDermott. He's going to be helping out when Furniture Land has their little beer stand for Polka Days. And Sabrina N. Bovin, Cobblestone Hotel. Jessica Vertz, Cobblestone Hotel. Daryl L. Moore, Cobblestone Hotel. And Ann M. Wazurek, Cobblestone Hotel. And Lindsay L. Hayen, Cobblestone Hotel. And these, Chief Mark Hensel needs to do the police check on them and contingent to school certificates on some of them.
Make a motion to approve.
Roger.
I'll second.
Second by Gordy. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Number 10, to consider approve single event beer garden license applications for Jennifer Olson, Westwick Ridge, 104 South Wisconsin Street, Pulaski, Wisconsin, for July 19th through the 22nd, 2018. And also Patrick McDermott, Pulaski Reds Baseball, vacant lot west of Furniture Land, July 19th through the 22nd, 2018.
So moved.
By Bruce.
Second.
Second by Bob Gajewski. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Number 11, to consider to approve outdoor entertainment license applications for Tri-County Optimist Club, Norris Gray, Culpeper, Merriweather Circus, small circus under the Big Tent, Thursday, August 16th, 2018, in the Mountain Bay Plaza, the grassy area, from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m.
I imagine this is north towards McKeefrey's, that grassy area?
Yeah,
Next
I
to
think
the
so,
room,
yeah.
Okay.
I would say that's, yeah, north of the parking lot.
I'll make a motion to approve.
By Doug,
I'll second.
second by Chris. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Consider approve a special event permit application, Tri-County Optimist Club, Norris Gray, Culpeper Merriweather Circus, small circus under the Big Top, on Thursday, August 16th, 2018, in Mountain Bay Plaza, grassy area, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m.
I'll make a motion to approve that as well.
Second.
Bob Gayeski. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Number 13, persons ever needed heard.
Just a quick thing, did you any updates on the meeting that you had with Strickenbach and Becker at the library a month or so?
Nothing
ago?
formal.
Nothing, okay.
Informal talk, a commitment from Troy that he wants to see the library in Pulaski improved, no matter where it is. He
Okay.
did tell me he would prefer to have it at the Franciscans, but that might not be the opportunity that is on the table much longer.
Okay.
Just honest, that's the way it is, but Troy and Mark Becker both are very strong about improving, enlarging, and modernizing our library, no matter where it happens.
Good.
Persons already heard. Third time persons already heard. Number 14, such other matters is authorized by law. Such other matters. Third time, such other matters. We got department reports, public works,
I have nothing for tonight.
sewer and water.
And I have nothing to this evening.
Mark?
Only thing I have is the officers wanted to participate in the National Night Out. And it's the first time we've ever done it, so Tuesday, August 7th at 5 to 8 in Memorial Park, we'll be hosting the National Night Out. It's the first time for a community to get together and support the police department, fire rescue. And we'll see how it goes after we get done with the one-time event. We can prepare for next year.
Nice to hear that.
Reed, I have one thing to ask Joe, what I asked you. Joe, in regards to our North Park development, the land is being rented out at this time?
Correct.
And is it to the same party previously or the
Yes.
past several
Yes, it
years?
is.
May I ask at what rate per acre? Or don't you know?
I do not know at what rate it is, no.
And is it a contract for yearly contract or is it a 3-year contract or?
The first year where he took agreement, he had a lot of work that he had to do to prepare
Yeah.
it. And we were both under the understanding he was gonna take care of it to get it planted.
Yeah.
So in return, he wanted a couple years,
Sure.
because he did spend a lot of his time and money to get it going. And I think Bill did review that as well, when I want to say it was a 3 or 5-year agreement we had.
Oh, is that right?
The
Five.
first year, he started late in the season.
Yeah, it was like
See,
July,
Right,
August.
so
Didn't
the first year, he
probably have
didn't
any
pay
prob-
anything for it.
Right, because we knew
Sure.
that he was
Yeah.
gonna stick a lot of
Yeah.
his own time and money into it.
And the event something would come in there, of course, then he would have to be
Yes,
reimbursed or
yes.
whatever. Yeah. Okay, well, I just glad to see that it's being used and it's,
Well, if we
Little
don't
bit of
allow it to
money.
be farmed, it just degenerates.
pardon?
It just degenerates into weeds and brush.
Right, right. At least we're getting something out of it.
Number 15, thank you. Parks Use Ad Hoc Committee meeting will be on Wednesday, July 11th, 2018 at 6 PM at Pulaski Village Hall. We need to schedule a committee of the whole meeting for July. As of right now, there's just nothing that I'm aware of that would need a meeting. We can tentatively set one and then politely cancel it, because I don't think you'd want to meet during the week of Polka Days.
I'd be okay with that.
That's not already.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying, it's just,
Maybe the 23rd.
We do have just the one issue that Roger and I'd like to see it also a discussion about labor negotiations, what if this or that. So just that
And
one
that
thing,
can-
but yeah.
That doesn't, no urgent matter, so.
well, the one thing I will tell you is you can't have an alternate participate in the meeting, because then you've got a quorum.
But maybe it's a matter of removing one to substitute another. So then it's a 3, right back to 3 instead.
Well, I
I don't know if
That's
it's,
the most cautious committee that we have to have.
okay. That makes sense.
And that's the easiest committee to get sued with.
Okay, so.
Because this committee has been sued many times in the past.
Oh, yeah.
Right, Bill?
But wouldn't that
So I
be,
think we're trying to add more caution to it or
well, possibly, but,
protect ourselves in
Well, you
certain
can't
situations.
protect yourself
but-
by getting too many people involved. Because there's still,
Yeah.
no matter whatever gets worked out in this committee, still has to get
Comes to
voted
the
on
board
by the
anyway,
entire
right?
board.
No.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All they can do is recommend that we do this contract.
Yeah.
Correct, Bill?
I've dealt with committees that have alternates on them, and it gets very confusing, because what'll likely happen is you'll go through 3 steps of a negotiation, for example, and then one of the people can't make it, so you bring the alternate in, and he's gonna say, or she's gonna say, I don't know anything about this, so I'm not gonna vote on it. So essentially, you just delay it until the other person
Right.
that's not there can come back and get involved in the negotiations
Mhm.
again. So all it does is serve as a holding pattern,
Yeah.
because the alternate in doing their due diligence isn't gonna know what's going on.
I think the idea that we have is, well, I think you're on the same page with me. Let's say my wife is looking to be hired here, and I serve on that committee that's gonna interview her or make recommendations.
Well,
In a situation
yeah.
like that, I would say, okay, I need somebody else to
Right.
make this recommendation
Well, then.
and have this discussion.
Sure, in a situation like that, what would be
Appropriate.
a common
for you to
practice
state.
would be because that's something you know is gonna happen.
Right,
It's not like somebody's sick and they can't show up for me.
Right.
So that's an event that you know it's gonna happen. So
Roger, is that kind of the same idea that
Yes.
you're thinking
Well,
about?
Absolutely.
So what you would do, though, is that you would have that, the board would then, at that time when it comes up, could
Okay.
appoint an alternate, a temporary alternate for that particular set of interviews, or,
Yeah.
and you probably have them do all of the interviews, not just
Right.
the interview with a board member's relative or something. They would be involved in the entire interview process, and that one board member who's got the conflict in one instance would step away from all of them. So you
Right.
don't have, somebody here to see half the picture.
Okay,
And that's the common way to do it, is if you know that there's gonna be a conflict coming up, that person step aside for that particular issue, and then at that point, the board appoint someone to fill that vacancy, so there's an extra person there.
so it really is our responsibility to have our feelers out as,
yeah, so we
Certain
wouldn't really have to
situations,
have a ordinance to, or as we progress, or,
The last one of these that I dealt with was the City of Green Bay Ethics Committee that I'm the chair of. And we had all set for the hearing, we had 2 people say, I can't participate in this, so we had to adjourn the proceedings because of the conflicts that, one of them we knew, one we didn't. It was kind of a surprise. And so we adjourned it, said, we had everybody get their calendars out, we're gonna pick a new meeting date, and then we went back to the board, to the council in that case, and got the alternate designated to fill in for the vacant spot because of the conflict. So it slows it up a little bit, but, again, if that conflict comes up, then it just comes back to the board for the board to fill that temporary vacancy.
right,
And, because of the committee of the whole structure that you've got here, all of you are potential,
Conflicts.
well, but, yeah, you're all potential conflicts, but you're all potential fill-ins for that spot.
okay,
And it's, I have that happen up in Egg Harbor all the time, because they're a smaller community than this. And they have like 200 people that live there, so they're actually pulling citizens off the street to serve on committees because of a conflict.
I think that does kind of make sense.
that does make sense, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm overreacting here a little bit, but,
Well, I mean,
we still have to have our feelers out
Yeah.
and be aware of any, and sometimes it moves so fast, you've got interviews scheduled before you know who your applicants are. And a lot of times that's not the labor negotiations, but that's a
Yeah.
committee that was chosen.
That's why we do a special committee to do the interviews,
Yeah, yeah.
so that absolves any potential conflict.
Well, then I guess we can disregard my request for any further discussion about this.
And schedule and
Continue as we are.
Carry the ball.
Yeah, because again, the committee agrees to recommend this person or agree to this contract, but the board still has to bless it.
Right.
A public hearing. We're not going to schedule July committee of the whole. If we need to have a special board, we'll have a special board.
Okay.
The regular board meeting for August 6th, 2018 is 6 PM, okay?
Should be okay for me.
Okay. I hear everybody nod their head.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Good here.
So what day is that? The 24th you're saying?
August 6th.
August 6th.
August 6th at the board meeting.
Oh, okay.
There's going to be a public hearing Tuesday, July 24th at 2 PM. It's a telephone conference at Pulaski Village Hall, 585 East Greenwood Drive, Pulaski. Public notice to all customers of the Pulaski Water Department regarding public fire protection charges. And that will be a conference call in this room behind us. And anybody is able to attend. And 2018-2019 local roads improvement state municipal project agreement for Karch Drive, South Wisconsin Street to East Glenbrook Drive. We did get a grant, and we're going to have to schedule that work, Joel?
Correct, that work is to be done, completed by 2019.
That's
much
going to
is
be,
it?
have to be part of our capital improvement plan that we're putting together with Baird and Associates.
Just shy of 64,000.
So, and it's getting really bad really fast, so.
Yeah.
When
Took it right in your street, and that's not any better.
When my brother-in-law comes over for supper, he comes down the street with his flashers on. It's 6:46. If nothing else, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Chris,
I'll second.
Bruce, all in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you much. And enjoy the rest of the month in your focus out here.
I think this is over, I gotta go golfing or fishing or something.
There's something.
There's something, I'm sure there's something scheduled.
Something's